All right, let's get to the favorite part of the
Yeah.
podcast of this week. So we gonna announce the our most top 10 of most anticipated titles
Right.
at the
So,
same time. You say?
not at the same time. We'll go back and forth. So Mario and I
All
have
right.
each created a list in order of preference of the shows that we want to preview. Watch the first episode of during the summer.
Yep.
So this is based on the PVs that have been released, on the synopses of the shows, how good we think they might be or how interesting based on what they're about, and also staff listings like directors, series composers, maybe even voice actors who are attached to the project. So we're kind of
Uh,
flying blind, but at the same time, both of us, Mario's a current anime blogger, I'm a past blogger, so we have some experience at picking out shows that are going to be decent.
all right. So are we gonna say from 1 to 10 or from 10 to 1?
We'll start with our most anticipated,
All right. Yep.
like your number one, and then I'll do my number one. So obviously, if you say, for example, if you say Banana Fish, that is in my top five. So then I'll just move
Yep.
down to the next one and start from there. So why don't you go
Oh,
first? What's
all
your number
right.
one?
So my number one is Planet Wit.
Your number one is Planet With. Okay, tell me a little bit
Yep.
about why you picked it.
Well, because it's the original show from the guy who actually very famous mangaka.
Can you tell me his name?
So, all right, I'm looking up his name now because I don't even know his name.
Wait a minute, dude. Wait a minute. Are you telling me that you put this number one? His name, by the way, is Satoshi Mizukami.
All right.
I know his name, but you're telling me you put this number one and you're not even like a fan of this guy's work?
I haven't read any of this guy work, to be honest.
Did you watch the PV?
I watched the BV.
Okay.
It,
How
it,
did you
it's so
feel
neat.
about how did you feel about like the main character being like a super shouty shonen teenager and
All right,
about being about a bunch of like mechs that combine and stuff?
all right. That doesn't look good, but the animation wise, it look all right.
Okay.
And from what I heard from, because they released like two or three chapters of the manga before this, even though it's the original show. From what I heard, is the manga is pretty weird. It's like it's super weird.
Yeah, well, his
So
his series are kind of weird.
so basically, I'm interested to see like how this is gonna work.
Okay.
So
So this is
yet
this is based on
hands.
mostly like a famous name being attached and you thinking that it's got promise because of that.
Yeah, and the word of mouth. Let's say that it's weird. It's weird in a good way.
Okay.
Just put it like that.
Gotcha. Okay, Planet With was also on my list at number 8.
All right,
So it was one that I was interested in checking out.
all right. How? Tell me your number one.
My number one is Banana Fish.
All right,
Um,
that's that. That is my number three.
okay. So Banana Fish is a mid 80s manga originally it's set in New York, and it's about cops, journalists, gang leaders, organized crime bosses, sex, violence, drugs, and a grand overarching plot about a drug called Banana Fish, that kind of sends its two main characters on a trip from city to city as they try to uncover a central mystery. It has a lot of style, especially in like the outfits. They're very punk. There are a lot of vests and like big puffy jackets and ripped jeans, and the characters all kind of have like a swagger and a bit of a cool attitude to them.
Mm-hmm.
And it's being produced by Mappa, who are hopefully done with overworking themselves as they did last year. I'm hoping that they'll be able to focus on this series. It's being directed by the director of Free,
Mm-hmm.
which is appropriate because there's actually a bit of a boys' love theme to this series. It's not overtly romantic, but there is a strong relationship between the two major characters, who are both men.
All right. From what I heard though, they're gonna change the setting
Yes.
from the 80s to the present day. Do you
Yes.
think that might hurt the soul?
I think it might. That's the one thing that's holding me back from being like, this is going to be the best thing ever.
All right, best thing ever.
So we'll see how the modernization changes things. But at the very least, I think that it's going to have the highest cool factor of all the series this summer.
All right. So
that's my number one.
That was my number 3. So that's pretty high on both of our lists.
Perfect.
All right. So my number 2. Can you guess?
Can I guess?
Yeah.
Sirius the Jaeger.
Nah, that's Chio-chan.
Okay, that's my number 3.
That Chio-chan knows the Tsuugakuro. That's the full name.
Yeah, that's Chio-chan's Road to School.
And that basically is about a show about a girl who walked to school every day, but then some strange thing happened to her way to school that she couldn't make it. So like from what I think, like every episode is gonna be like one new tale about her getting into like some sort of crazy event. And I think that's very much like a recipe for a very good, very good comedy.
Right. Yeah, it's definitely going to be a comedy. And it's the kind of comedy that I think will push the envelope.
Yep.
Like if you haven't seen the PV for this show, go on YouTube and type in Chio-chan no Tsuugakuro, PV number 2, and just watch. It's long, but just watch the whole thing. It is like it's kind of insane.
Yep, and be amazed.
Yes.
Because I was amazed, man.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. It's just
and I think the concept.
Weird.
Yep. And I think the concept is something that you can really relate it to. I know myself that when I was young, when I was at school, on my way to school, I always thinking about, like if some crazy event happened to me that prevent me from going to school. So
my parents actually drove me to school, so I never had this opportunity.
well, even when my family drove me to school, I'm still thinking of that.
Like, what if a UFO comes down and sucks up my parents' car and we go into outer space?
That's right.
I mean, given how crazy this show has proven itself to be already, there's probably going to be an Aliens episode. I have to imagine.
That's gonna be fun, man.
Yeah.
All right, so that's my number 2. So.
Okay, perfect. So you picked my number 3, and I picked your number 3. So we've got some overlap at least. My number 2 is Sirius the Jaeger. It is kind of giving me Bakano vibes. If anybody has seen Bakano. It's set. When is it set? It's set in the early 1900s, and I think a fictional. Is it Tokyo or is it a fictional Japanese city? It's one of those two. It's kind of like alternate reality, and there's a feud between werewolves and vampires, and there's some there's some secret that both clans are warring to learn or to protect. And the reason I'm so interested in it is because it is PA Works doing something that is not a cute girl show. And the animation looks pretty sweet, so there's going to be a lot of action. I like action series. They're not my favorite, but I am very interested in seeing whether shows can deliver on their initial promise of being like really, really nice looking and giving us full range of motion when the characters move. So this is a show that's going to put itself to the test right from the beginning, and based on what I've seen so far, I hope very much that it meets those expectations, because if it does, it's going to be a fun ride.
All right. One thing though, I think this one is set in the 1930.
Right. Okay.
Yep.
So a little later into it. So it is Tokyo.
Yep. Okay. And for me though, the premise of vampire with werewolf doesn't actually grab me at all.
Right. But it's a little tired by this point, probably.
Yep. And the And from what I saw in the act in the PV, it's alright. The character design also doesn't grab me,
I kind of like
but
the character design.
alright. So, but I still have that as number 10.
Oh, okay, so it's still on your list somewhere.
Yeah,
So far, neither of us have picked a series that is not on the other person's list.
yep.
We
I
got
think my
we got plenty of time to change that.
alright. I think my next one those might not be on the list.
Is it?
So
Is it? Oh, I won't say. I think I know what it is. Is it anime original?
nah. So my next one is Hataraku Saibou,
Yes,
which
this
the
is
English name is Sales at Work.
right. Yeah, this is not on my list. Tell us a little bit about it.
Alright, so that's basically of music shows. It's about like on the cells of your body, how they work together to, you know, that
To
well
make you
it
to make you move and make you breathe and make your heart pump and
yeah,
stuff.
that's
Yeah.
right.
Yep.
So, but it's more of like a buddy, like a story between a guy and a girl. Apparently, I'm not really sure.
I don't even remember the PV for this. I just remember thinking like, why are they doing this and not JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 5?
But the JoJo Pack 5 is actually out.
Yes,
That's
it has been announced. Yes.
yeah. So that's good both way.
Well, nevertheless, this one didn't totally grab me, but it is at the very least it is not set in a high school.
Yep.
Like its setting is quite unique.
That's right.
So I think I'll have fun with this.
And the one I'm looking for the most is this background design. I want to see like how they put on the design into like the inside of your body.
Right, like how our organs look.
Yep. Houses, I think, but let's see how they handle that.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm down. That is, yeah, it's true. That's not on my list, but I have no objections at all to watching it. It seems like it might be fun.
All right. What's your next?
So my next is, this might not be on your list. This is Grand Blue.
Oh, it's still on my list though, but
okay.
I'm not that hype on that.
Right.
All right, Grand Blue.
So it's a comedy about a college student who joins a diving club. I think it's definitely diving is involved. I think it's a club at his college that he joins.
Mm-hmm.
But that's kind of a fake out. It's kind of like what would you say, a MacGuffin or a red herring, or what I'm trying to say is that diving is not significant to the plot. It's more a college comedy about a guy and his group of friends and them just hanging out, doing a little bit of diving, drinking a lot of alcohol, and trying to get with girls. That's what the show's about, as far as I can tell.
Or
It's from a director who's done a lot of other comedy series, such as Gintama. I haven't seen Gintama. I don't know whether that's a good or a bad thing. A lot of people seem to like it, so hopefully it'll be good.
mm-hmm.
The PV I was not that interested, actually. There was a lot of characters making wacky faces and overreacting, which comprises a lot of anime comedy. But the fact that it's set in a college, and the fact that it's vaguely related to diving, both of those things are pluses for me. So hopefully it exceeds my expectations.
All right, that shows is from the author of Baka to Test.
Oh, I hated Baka and Test. Hated it.
Which I watch it and I don't like the humor because I think that's the anime humor all the way. So I'm not really sure if I'm gonna like Grand Blue, but I'm willing to give it a chance because from what I heard the manga is like well received.
Yeah, a lot of people are. It's one of the most hyped up shows this season, I think, among the general anime watching populace.
All right, so yes, I'm down to watch that.
All right.
Then my number 5. Oh, yeah, my number 5 is the one that I think you said it is the original show.
Phantom.
Nah, not that one. That's the other one.
Okay. Which one are you talking about?
All right. So my number 5 is the one I think that will be completely off guard. Prepare yourself.
I'm ready.
All right, that's Shoujo, Kageki, Revue, Starlight.
Okay, what the hell is this? I don't even remember that. I'm gonna have to scroll. I'm on AniChart right now. What's the first word?
All right,
did you say shoujo?
Shoujo, Kageki. That's the.
Okay, I see it. Oh my god, dude!
Idol shows.
This looks horrid.
All right, I will tell you why.
All right, yeah. Give me the scoop.
The reason is Shoujo. The reason is the studio behind that is Kinema Studios.
Right.
Which if you have no idea what that studio is, it's the studio behind Make in Abyss.
Yeah, but does that mean this is going to be any good?
And I actually watching the PV, it's like a mix between idol shows and some fighting on stage, which actually pretty interesting.
Okay.
The I still have more thing to say. The
Okay.
director from that show is the long term collaboration of Ikuhara.
Oh.
So he knows some of the trope from the guide, and I think looking from the PV I can see some of that. So I'm really actually the more I look into the information, the more I want to watch it. I want to find out what it is. Also, one of the things is from the multimedia project.
Oh god, that's like
No,
the
no.
worst possible thing that it can be.
All right, but the multimedia project is just the musical and the anime, and the musical already out last year. So I think that's not actually the bad thing.
Oh, you know what? I think Sakuga Blog put this like at the top of their season preview. I think I'm remembering this now.
Yeah, yep.
Okay.
So-
Well,
so-
I mean, Kevin knows his stuff.
All right, so the last thing that I just mentioned is what I just read from them.
Okay, yeah, the thing about it being a multimedia thing, but it's cooled
Yep.
off at this point, and it's just going to be the anime here.
Yep. Mhm.
Okay. All right. The thing that sold me most is the director being like a collaborator of Ikuhara's. 'Cause as you were saying that, I was scrolling through his ANN page or his Mal page, whatever, and this is his first time being head director of a series. His very first time.
His very first time. That's right.
Yeah. So this is a huge question mark for me. But yeah, I mean,
right.
if any of the Ikuhara magic has rubbed off on this guy, then this might be fun.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to that. I hope you do.
All right, yeah, we'll see, man. This is why we do it this way. This is why we go back and forth instead of me just like listing all mine and you listing all yours, because we got to get some wild cards in there.
Yep. All right. Come to next shows.
Yeah, so we're down to, this is going to be my fourth pick.
This is
as yours was, but this is my
Yep.
number 5, just like you. So there's been a little overlap at the top. My number 5
Yep.
is Hanebado.
all right.
It's the badminton anime. And the only reason that I have this on my list is because the animation in the PV looks sublime. It looks beautiful. It's clear that it's referenced animation, so they're using footage, and they're drawing according to what's on film. So some parts of it are clearly referenced, but I just don't care because it looks so gorgeous during the badminton scenes. In the other scenes where there's no game being played, it looks normal, but like
Right.
so that's kind of going to lend a heightened reality, I think, to the actual competition, and I'm interested in that. I like just because it looks good. That's why it's this high on my list.
All right. So
I really don't have that much else to say about it, except there's a twin-tailed girl in the preview who is like fucking horrible, and I hate her voice and how she looks.
all right.
But the badminton, like the animation of, there's this one, if you watch the PV like midway through, there's this one shot where the main girl is like backpedaling to try to hit a birdie that's gone long, and it looks like real life. It's crazy.
All right.
So it's
I
just
gonna
good
give
animation.
The
That's it.
PV watch.
All right.
And like you as well, I don't have that on my top 10.
Okay.
So my next shows, which is my number 6, is
Okay.
High Score Girl.
Okay.
So
this
we
is...
have to watch that.
Oh, wait. I was okay. I have to interject for a second. I was like super hyped up about this series, which I have not read. I just know through the grapevine that it's good. I was super hyped up that this series was finally getting an adaptation after being stuck in like licensing hell for so long because it uses so many different video game characters. So I was like, yay, good. I can't wait to watch this. Then I found out it was a fully CG production. And I was like, oh no. Oh no. Go ahead.
It's not necessary. It's not necessary a bad thing though. So with the full CG show.
I mean, do you think this is going to be another Land of the Lustrous, Hoseki no Kuni?
No.
Well, then it's probably going to be a little bit ugly. I mean, the PV was ugly as sin, I thought.
Well, I don't have anything to say it though.
Okay.
Except
how
like
about the story?
manga is manga is well received.
Yes,
and I didn't actually read any of the source material, so I want to surprise myself. But from what I hear, is the chemistry between them is pretty good. It actually remind me of the chemistry between Takagi-chan on the last seasons that we watched.
Wait, who?
Takagi-chan, remember that?
My memory must be failing me right now. That sounds familiar. Help me, like, describe the character or something.
All right, you know a series in the four seasons.
Oh yes, gotcha. It's the one that's like lolly bait.
All right, lolly bait.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or lolly bait rather. No, I am not down with Takagi-san. I think that's no. I'm not going to talk about it. No.
That's not actually a pretty good show. That might be a pretty enjoyable show for me.
Okay, well, if High Score Girl is like that, then I don't know how much I'm gonna enjoy it.
No, that just reminds me of that.
Okay, well, that's not a good thing for me personally, but I'm all the same. I'm kind of grateful to have an opportunity to watch it and put it in contention just to see if it can overcome like the potential stumbling block of being CG. Maybe the characters, like their personalities will shine through, and maybe the video game parts will be, maybe they'll lend a lot to the energy of the series. Well, I guess we'll see.
All right. Can I just ask you a question? That do you have High Score Girl on your top 10?
No, it's not.
All right.
I removed it completely when I saw that it was CG.
All right, so you have 3 more shows on your top 10, and tell me your last options.
I have 1, 2, 3, 4 more.
All right, 4 more.
Yeah, wow. Planet With is my number 8, but I still have 6, 7, 9, and 10.
Wow.
So I'll tell you my number 6 first.
Yep.
It is the Kaiji Spinoff.
All right. Damn.
It is what is the title of it? Chukan Kanriroko Tanegawa. Kanriroku. When there are too many R's in a row in a Japanese word, I try to roll them like I'm Spanish, and it just doesn't work. Anyway, it's the Kaiji spinoff. Have you seen Kaiji, first of all?
No, I haven't seen Kaiji,
okay,
unfortunately.
I don't think that it's totally necessary to watch this. That's why I put it on my list.
All right.
In Kaiji, there is like a main bad guy who sets up all these high stakes gambling events and tournaments and things just for his own amusement, and he has a right hand man. He has a second in command who is in charge of organizing and like attending and making sure that all these events are running smoothly. That is the guy, the right hand man. He's going to be the main character of this spinoff.
All right. Tonegawa.
Yeah. So the main reason that I find the concept of the spinoff interesting is because Tonegawa is a villain. So I want to see what the spinoff is going to do with him in terms of making him sympathetic or relatable. You kind of get the impression when you watch Kaiji that he's a working stiff, like he's a working man just like everybody else, and he reports to his superior just like everybody else. He's just trying to make his money and do his job. But at the same time, he does have a real villainous streak to him. So I want to see what the show does with that. I also love the Kaiji art style, so I'm happy to have it back.
All right. So do we have like the previous knowledge of Kaiji in order to watch this?
I don't believe so. No.
All right.
Kaiji, I don't think is going to appear at all. It's just going to be about this guy. It's going to tell a new story with him. If it doesn't, then we'll just like abandon ship really fast and watch something else.
All right. So for now, it will be our 10.
Yes, but we'll go ahead and do a number 11, I guess, maybe. Do you want to reveal the rest of your list or something?
I just have one more actually. I have 2 more.
Okay, well you already did your 5.
Yep.
But yeah, lay the rest of your list on me.
So I still have number 7 and number 9 left. My number 7 is Phantom of the Twilight.
Okay.
Which I thought you would put in your top 5 for sure.
I was not interested in it at all.
All right, that's from the guy who penned How to Raise a Boring Girlfriend.
Yeah, definitely not interested.
No, it was actually pretty good.
I saw the first episode of Saikano, and it just made me want to throw up.
Nah, don't watch the episode 00. The episode 0. Because
I didn't watch episode 0. That's the hot spring one, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I didn't.
Yeah, that's the hot spring one.
I skipped that. Episode 1 made me want to throw up.
All right. And Wow Album 2, which is I remember from all the guys, they said that Wow Album 2 is pretty good.
I actually like White Album 2. I've seen it.
A good romance one, yeah. Is that a romance?
It is a romance. I don't know how. I don't know. I think the production is very competent for like a late 2000s series, and it's very melodramatic, and it definitely doesn't belong in the pantheon of like great anime romances. This is not a Tsukigakure or a His and Her Circumstances that we're talking about here. This is like a pretty good seasonal romance. But all the same, yeah, I remember White Album too. I would recommend it.
All right, so I gonna watch Wow Album some days.
This looks like a Bishonen series, man.
Yep.
And it's from Leiden Films as well. Like, they're working on 2 shows this season, one of which is the badminton anime. And I'm pretty sure they're going to dump all their resources into that. And this is going to get, like, the scraps, the leftovers, the B team.
All right.
Just to warn you.
You know what? That's what I'm feeling about Sirius the Tracker. Just so you know.
Sirius the Jaeger?
Yeah.
What's PA Works' other series this season?
PA Work, I think they don't work for all the series, but I think that just that will become like lackluster.
Ah, okay. What I'm saying is that like the studio that's doing Phantom of the Twilight is doing 2 projects. I feel like they're going to be split too thin.
All right.
But I understand. I see what you're saying. You feel like Sirius the Jaeger's production is going to break down somehow.
Yep. Uh-huh.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, PA Works, they might be on their last legs. Who knows? I'm glad we got 2 seasons of Eccentric Family out of them before they self-destruct, as you're predicting.
Nah, it's just because they, for what I know, they never really that good in like on the action and on this kind of stuff. They're more good in slice of life.
Yeah, that's usually what they do.
So I'm interested to see how they're gonna change that, but on the other hand, I'm feeling that they're not up to the quality of like of the stories, of the action story.
There was some decent action in Eccentric Family.
Huh? All right, let me think of once.
Especially in season 2, some of the conflicts between Ben 10 and the guy with the top hat.
Oh yeah.
Those are pretty nicely animated. They also did Kanan in like I think the late 2000s. That show was not very good, but it looked pretty good.
That's why 10 years ago.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
All right, and I have another one on number 9. It is Shukumogami Kashimashu.
What?
All right.
Let me
All right.
let me find
Shukumogami Kashimashu. That's the name.
Tsuku. Okay, I see
With
it.
yeah.
Set during the Edo period. Okay, that's cool.
That's the slave life, mostly.
Slice of life. Okay. Yeah, it's by Telecom Animation. Interesting, because I know they're in the middle of doing Lupin right now. But
Oh.
I tend to like, I don't necessarily like all of their work, but I do tend to like the projects that they pick up. They did Orange, which I really liked two years ago.
Huh. Huh.
A lot of people did not like Orange very much, but I appreciated it.
You know that on that season they did 2 shows. They did Orange and they did Real Life. I think that's why the production of Orange just like take
Collapsed.
collapse.
Yeah.
That's the word.
Yeah, well, some of my favorite anime have collapsed near the end. Evangelion,
Oh.
His and Her Circumstances. Those are both Gainax shows. But I'm okay with that if it happens. It's TV anime. You can't expect too much. As long as the story is
The
good.
only thing about the only thing about that show that I'm worried is that it's the premiere on the 22nd of July, which is basically 3 weeks from now. So that's the only factor that I just don't feel like that putting that on the top 10 on that on the top 5.
Right. It looks like it's set to premiere for me on the 21st or the
Yep.
22nd. And the 22nd is when we're planning on actually doing the first, well, the 15th for you, the 14th for me is when we're going to be reviewing the first episode of all these shows. So it won't make it in
Yep.
time for that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But yeah, I'm interested in checking this out. I might. Like if you tell me that it's good, and if I like it just in my travels around the internet, if I like on A or on like a handful of blogs or something, if I see positive reception for it, I'll probably check it out.
All right. Tell me your remains.
Okay, sure. My number 7 was Backstreet Girls. Just because, like, I think the PV was a smokescreen, and it did not show us a lot of actual animation. The only reason I have it on here is just because the premise is so like just nutso that I think it might be funny, maybe. Number 9, Asobi Asobase, which is the anime about cute girls playing like hand games or something.
Yep.
I really like the art style.
Me too. Like I'm thinking of putting this into the top 10, but stop in the end. But I'm keen to checking it out.
Yeah. It just looks kind of cute, and it looks just different enough to separate itself from the pack.
Mm.
And my number 10 was Shinya Tensai Bakabon, because
Really?
I liked
Really?
Osomatsu-san season 1, and I'm interested in the idea of these reboots of series that are like 50 years old, because Osomatsu-san got really extremely weird and like featured a lot of meta commentary. So I want to see what gets done with Tensai Bakabon in the modern day. I mean, it might be a complete failure and it might be like boring and stupid, but I'd rather watch that than Phantom in the Twilight or whatever it's called.
Really? All right.
Yeah, dude. I mean, it at the very least it'll be something different instead of another quote unquote anime original with like a whole bunch of handsome men and a girl, and so I've seen that way too many times.
All right. So just to sum it up, guys, because we're running like 2 hours now.
Yes, we are. Oh my god.
Just to sum it up, so now the 10 show that we will preview for the first episodes are gonna be Planet Wheat, Banana Fish, Chio-chan, Sirius the Jaeger, Hataraku Saibou, Hanebado, Shoujo Kageki Revue Starlight, High Score Girl, Grand Blue, and Shukan Kariku Tonegawa. Oh my god.
Kaiji Spinoff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
And then we've got like Phantom of the Twilight or Backstreet Girls as a potential substitute.
Makeup.
In case the Kaiji spinoff like requires too much prior knowledge and it's just going over, one of our heads.
All right. So next week we're gonna do the two movies of Satoshi Kon, which is Perfect Blue and Paprika, and we're gonna review the next batch of Nadia, The Secret of Blue Water.
Right. We may also say a few words about the finale of Hisone to Maso-tan, if we feel like it's worth it.
All right. Yep. Thanks for listening, guys.
Thanks, everybody. Sorry for taking up 2 hours of your day.
Bye for now.
See ya.